Aries, can you guys see me? Hi loves, and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. If you're already familiar with this space, then you already know what to expect, so welcome back. But if you're new, come in with an open heart and an open mind and hear the messages that were intended for you and take whatever it is that you find useful, or at the very least, whatever uplifts your spirits. But ultimately, just come in this space feeling safe enough to be yourself, be it positive, negative, or neutral. That doesn't concern me so long as you leave better than you came, okay? Like this video, share it with other Arians that you know, and subscribe if you like the vibe and you want more of these videos. But also turn on the post notifications so you're made aware as soon as I upload. Now, I had an issue with the first video, which is why, of course, this is take 2 and why we're having to do it again. So the cards are already pulled, y'all, but the message, it was too good not to, put back. I didn't want to reshuffle. You guys have the Hermit card, followed by the 2 of Cups, the Fountain card, and the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups, Knight of Coins, the Tower, 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Coins. I kept going because it was a whole story, honey, and I'm nosy. But then you have the Page of Swords with the 10 of Coins and the King of Wands. So I'm hearing breaking the news to somebody, Aries, and I'm specifically talking to those that may be entertaining multiple people at this time. Like, say you have 2 suitors, there's 2 people that like you with this Cups energy here. One of them, I feel like you have that instant attraction to and a slight emotional connection with, that you like, and you are more interested in seeing where it could go than the other person. And so, be it today, be it a few days from now, I just feel like whoever you don't just really vibe with on the level that you need to, you're going to be breaking the news to them, and it's going to be some unfortunate news. And I feel like you guys, actually, hold on, the Tower, if I didn't mention it, the Tower was behind the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. It was that Tower energy. But I feel like you guys don't like hurting people's feelings. I mean, I don't want to say I feel like, because I have an Aries sign by Western astrology, so I know that when it comes to matters of the heart, you guys, you're really empathetic. People call it selfish, but it's those people that came in with the intention to abuse and or manipulate or try to take advantage of, that we can sense and suss out, that we give that type of energy to where they would have that type of exclamation, right, about our character. But we are really sympathetic and empathetic people, and so it's like you don't want to have to tell somebody no, essentially. Or that could be what's happening with you. Somebody that you may like a lot may not have the same feelings as you, and so they may have to break that news in some way. But there is a message coming in. For those of you that set high expectations with this Hermit energy, just stop looking so far into the future, or trying to look so far ahead to see what it is that you can have control over when it comes to the way that you connect with people, and feeling like you have to almost guarantee that 3 months from now the person will still be in your life for you to have any sort of immediate involvement with them in your present moment. So you can be missing out on a lot of good stuff, really, like precious moments, like sacred exchanges with people, just because you are so on the fence with maybe how you feel about the person. Let me tell you this though, what Aries doesn't like, and this can start going into more shadow work and aspects that need to really be looked at under a magnifying glass to potentially change at this time. Whatever isn't even self-serving to you at this point, like you don't benefit in any way, shape, or form, that's what you need to really uproot at this time with that tower energy that's at the bottom of the deck. Just, just a little side note, just plugging that real quick. But as far as shadow work, some of you guys can be dealing with concepts of humiliation, concepts of abandonment also coming back up, especially if you are an anxious type of partner when it comes to your bonding style or your attachment style, right? You can be more on the anxious, nervous side with all of this cups energy that's around. Things that are reawakening certain memories of your past that maybe you haven't fully healed from at this time can be coming up with this Page of Wands energy. It talks about innocence, childlike behavior, so it's like a regression of sorts, right? But yeah, or if whoever you're connecting with is triggering you by the way that they can be like just very playful, animated, lively, flirtatious, free-spirited with this energy. For some of you guys, it's triggering you because your past person was like that, but to the point that they had no self-control and potentially indulged in or stepped outside of the relationship. So that can be like what you're thinking of, and potentially, what is that called? Imploding on yourself, self-sabotaging this connection when something that is minor potentially is being blown out of proportion by way in which you perceive it. Okay? Damn, this is some heavy stuff. I'm gonna have to watch this back. But that can be coming up too. So if you feel tinges of jealousy with certain remarks that are exchanged at this time, look into that. Also, if you feel like you have made a wish or that you really wanted to have an experience with a person and manifested them in any way, shape, or form, or if it's just faded, and the right timing for you guys to have come together, however you can have found this person. With the Two of Cups, you can have met them through a relative, brother, sister, a friend, or just by water in an intimate space, for sure, with Cups energy. But being that Vedic astrology, they see family being in the second house, it can be like that, or you meet this person somehow, like at the grocery store, because I'm just thinking about Taurus's energy and like things that are material in nature, and them liking like food and drinks and wines and spirits. So at a club, at a bar, or whatever, at a wine tasting that's coming through, like, or just bumping into this person at the grocery store, sparking up conversation, feeling like you guys have like known each other, like it's just very natural and it just flows, you know what I'm saying? And there's that chemistry there. They can have awakened that sense or whatever. But yeah, just so we're all on the same page. When it's new, it is fresh and it is exciting, and you are definitely in the honeymoon phase. But know that if you manifested this person, was your intention really pure? Because otherwise, once you receive this blessing, because I'm definitely getting that the wish is granted for a majority of you Arians that are watching this, then if I don't know how if I phrase that, but if the intention wasn't pure, say like you only wanted to connect with this person or try to manifest this person just to see how grandiose physical things can materialize for you, whatever it is that you desire, like just to see if you could do it. Like, did you manifest this connection or this moment or this place or this thing out of boredom, out of desperation, you know what I'm saying? Just because you were feeling lonely in that moment, or just because you were feeling uncertain and or self-conscious about yourself, So whenever you feel triggered, just make sure you are taking accountability for the why behind it. Now, if this is something that this other person is doing of their own free will, I feel like a lot of you guys with that tower energy are becoming turned off by certain behaviors, or I guess you can just say like attitude. I don't know how I'm really trying to phrase that, but I hope you guys pick up what I'm trying to put down here. But let me give you some tea on Aries for those that might be cross-watching, okay? If you get into a connection with an Aries, we need attention. Like, we need to feel some sense of security. We need to know the position that we're playing in your life in order for us to feel confident enough to continue to engage with you on any level. That is Aries, okay? If there's something that has raised a red flag to you guys, I feel like that is what you are heavily considering at this time. Like, is this really one of my deal breakers? But also just being watchful of your attitude and the way that you're perceiving things at this time, because you can, again, just be making a big deal out of something small. At the end of the day, when it comes to love and relationships, it does have to feel natural. It does have to feel like it's naturally unfolding. So if you try to become too restrained or too critical of it, it's like you're gonna lose it in essence. You know what I mean? Like, not every step needs to be planned out. It doesn't have to be definite all the time. You know what I mean? Like, in every situation. So I feel like that's gonna be coming up for you, Aries, here. And understanding that there's a learning curve as you're getting to know somebody new. And yes, if this person does remind you somewhat of your past or a past relationship, like, there were still good attributes in that person that you had a connection with, but don't be so quick to assume that they will be the same or they will treat you the same with the Knight of Coins energy that is there. Because at the end of the day, they are different people here. No two people act the same. And also, if you're watching this channel, then you believe in astrology and you know that everybody has a different genetic makeup, right? Their natal charts are different, have different placements altogether. So keep that in mind. Let me hurry up because my phone's gonna die, y'all. But that's what you have to keep in mind. But there is a learning curve. There are going to be some mistakes made. For the most part, I feel like they are justifiable. If anything, the both of you are worrying too much about really impressing each other. Like, not really impressing each other, but it's like both of you guys are trying not to step on each other's toes or say the wrong thing, and are just putting too much thought into it. There we go. So that's what's going on. But with that Virgo energy that I'm getting with all of the coins that does show up, if I didn't already mention it, then people with heavy prominent Virgo placements tend to try to really assess whether or not somebody or something is going to fit into their lives before they fully integrate it. I hope I brought this up. Hopefully I'm not talking in circles, y'all. And so I feel like that's the thing. You're looking at this person's mannerisms. You're looking at how this person speaks. If you guys have had any sort of conflict, how they resolve conflict, you know, just watching out for those red flags here. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be too naive and or make the same mistakes that you did before in something that you had before, because you're really hoping that you have learned the lesson if you have come out of something toxic and you're reconnecting with somebody new. That's your main concern, not wanting to repeat the same mistakes of the past. And if you haven't been vocal, just ensuring that you do express how you're feeling more in the moment when you feel a certain way, if at all, you know? Yeah, enjoy the moment, Aries. I mean, there's nothing else that you can do. Just take it day by day here, because otherwise, I mean, it'll end before it could really begin. And do you want that? I don't think you guys want that. But that's what I have for y'all. Oh, if I didn't finish my thought on like Aries and how we act, if we get any sort of sense or we feel on any way, on any level, can I speak, that you may be like too erratic, we will start to distance ourselves. So if you're cross-watching and you're trying to figure out an Aries or somebody with heavy Aries placements in their chart, like what's going on mentally and what they're thinking, it's them like observing you and assessing you to make sure that you want the same thing, right? So in certain conversations, if it is coming across to the Aries that you might just enjoy playing the field in any way, or like not showing any initiative or passion for the connection, that they're going to feel like it's being spent elsewhere. And that's why it's so important for that attention in the beginning. But just have conversations, because people have lives too, like, and work, I'm sure, to do, projects and family to take care of. Everybody's situation is different. So don't be too hard on whoever it is that you can have in your life right now. If you're already in a relationship, you're coupled up, then really what's coming through is that you guys are checking in with each other and how you guys feel, like if you guys still love each other, if you still feel the same, you know, and discussing what has been going well for you guys in the dynamic, what you thoroughly enjoy, what you want to continue doing, how you can spice up the relationship, and or just libidos are spiked at this time. And then looking at each other and seeing what within the dynamic can be absolved altogether, what can be adjusted, because it might work, just not in the way that you guys have been going about it. So doing that, and then just, you know, getting rid of whatever is, of course, not even that isn't even self-serving at this point, and does nothing for you and yours. But that's what's really coming through, Aries. So remain hopeful and optimistic. Stop taking yourself too seriously. I feel like you guys need to loosen up with this Cups energy that's around. Stop being so, I don't know how I want to say it. I don't want to say like snobbish, because that's not the energy. If I can think of the word, I'll plug it. But be more playful at this time. That's going to work to your benefit. So yeah, just have fun. But that's what I have for you. So if this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need to. But if I don't hear from you, then please just take care of yourself and soul until you see me again. Ciao.